for today's developments that happened in Parliament. But with the ongoing, as far as disruptions that have also been witnessed, we also talk about months after the cabinet accepted the recommendation filed by the former President Ramnath Kovind panel regarding One Nation, One Election. Times Now is learning that the cabinet has now approved the constitutional amendment bill to conduct elections for the Lok Sabha and all state assemblies simultaneously. That means together. As per sources, the bill is likely to be introduced in the ongoing winter session of Parliament. Remember, the Ramnath Kovind panel was constituted back in September 2023 and it had submitted its report in March this year. The committee had suggested holding simultaneous elections for Lok Sabha and state assemblies and local bodies in a phased manner. Now, though the BJP has lauded the step, saying that once implemented, it will save a lot of money and resources and it will speed up the development work in the country, because time and again the model code of conduct is in place because elections are continuously taking place year after year. The opposition, however, has called this move as undemocratic and unfeasible, saying that when the government couldn't conduct elections in 4 states together, how will it hold simultaneous elections at such a large scale? Questioning when it comes to also saying that this goes against the federal structure of the country.
हम वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन के प्रस्ताव के खिलाफ हैं, क्योंकि ये गैर लोकतंत्र के खिलाफ है, गैर संवैधानिक है और ये संविधान का बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर जो मूल ढांचा है उसके खिलाफ है, पर लोकतंत्र के खिलाफ है। लोकतंत्र को खत्म करने वाला एक विधेयक है।
ममता बनर्जी हमारा लीडर, इसके पहले ही हमारा जो स्टैंड है वो क्लियर कर दिया था। तो इस देश में ये पॉसिबल नहीं है। वो गारंटी कौन देगा कि एक बार वोट देने से पूरा 5 इयर्स टर्म पूरा करेगा? कैसे होगा?
देखिए, ये आना चाहिए। जैसे आप उड़ीसा में देखिए, एक साथ चुनाव हुए और आपको बार बार चुनाव में जाना नहीं है, लेकिन हमारा प्रदेश में वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन नहीं है। अभी हमने लोकसभा चुनाव किए, दोबारा अभी विधानसभा चुनाव करना पड़ता है, और जो साल भी आप लोकसभा या विधानसभा चुनाव करते हैं, लगभग पूरा साल में कुछ डेवलपमेंट का काम नहीं होते हैं।
इससे क्योंकि पैसे का भी बहुत ज्यादा मात्रा में दुरुपयोग होता था, वेस्टेज होती थी, विकास की गति रुकती थी, और विकास की गति इसलिए रुकती थी क्योंकि हर 3-4 महीने के बाद कहीं न कहीं चुनाव होते थे।
So let's get you exactly when it comes to the details on what the sources have been suggesting as far as this approval from the cabinet that has been given, and what exactly is ONOP or One Nation, One Poll, and how when it comes to the panel recommendations that has been made that was led by the former President of India, Ramnath Kovind, how will this move benefit India? According to the recommendations given, that first and the most important one, that it will save a lot of public money. Of course, when it comes to also reducing the burden on the administration, is when it comes to the security forces burden, that will also include when it comes to the betterment of the implementation of government policies as well. All of these are now part of the Ramnath Kovind panel that has suggested that yes, simultaneous elections can take place across the country in a phased manner. Now let's in the meantime talk about how sources suggest that Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who has briefed the cabinet on the technical issues related to ONOP, the Prime Minister has asked the cabinet ministers to go among when it comes to the people and to tell them about the benefits of holding simultaneous elections. Meanwhile, what we are learning through sources, especially when it comes to this cabinet approval that may have been given and it's likely to be introduced in the ongoing winter session of Parliament, the India Economic Conclave, as you know, is currently underway in the national capital. And speaking on this very stage, the Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav also made a mention of One Nation, One Poll in a witty reply about how the party celebrates election victories. Let's listen in to what he said.
So the next election, how do you celebrate in your party? If you succeed in delivering one state to the party, do you get homework for the next state?
That's why we need one nation, one election, right?
All right. So that response coming in from the Union Minister there. Let's in the meantime time talk about when it comes to the opposition parties as well, because they have been up in arms and have been objecting to this very stand of one nation, one poll. How is it feasible? We'll get you the arguments both for and against. Now, arguments for suggest that there would be consistency, there would be continuity, and when it comes to government, the governance that would be easing when it comes to all of the welfare schemes that equally would be distributed amongst the people. The arguments against this is what the opposition parties have been suggesting, that the burden on finances and manpower would be there. But in another case, they have been saying that till 1967, India has always had simultaneous elections. But this is when it comes to the arguments for that have been suggesting, saying that it will reduce the burden on finances and on manpower as well. Arguments again suggest that it is advantage for the national parties at the state and the centre level. But what happens when it comes to the regional levels, how they do reach out to the people there as far as the factors there are concerned. Arguments for suggest that in 1967, India has always had simultaneous elections. The argument going against is saying that coordination between state and centre becomes all the more difficult, and hence when it comes to regional issues, they take a back stand. Now, when it comes to the arguments for, when it comes to one nation, one election, saying that it will curb poll corruption, and also when it comes to putting a curb on black money. The arguments again suggest that coordination between state and centre would be difficult, of course, when it comes to all of the factors that do play in when elections are held, suggesting that all of these factors would now not be at play, especially when it comes to the parties that have been saying, and they have been suggesting that why it becomes all the more important to hold national and simultaneous elections with the state assemblies. What exactly needs to be amended first, because there are series of changes that now need to be incorporated to actually bring this bill to be passed and into effect. Article 83, what exactly does it talk about? We'll put that out for our viewers, which is related to the duration of the houses of the parliament, because now they also need to, in a way, simultaneously, when it comes to dissolution of the assemblies and of the parliament, they need to coexist at the same time. Article 85, which goes on to suggest when it comes to the dissolution of the House of the People by the President. Article 172, that also talks about the duration of the state legislatures. Article 174, that talks about the dissolution of the state legislatures, and there is another article which talks about 356, which is the imposition of the president's rules in the state. This is the Representation of the People Act, section 14 and 15 as well. That would be important to note when it comes to a series of changes that need to be incorporated to actually bring this bill turn into an execution, which is all the more important because all of these changes may need to also come into effect. Let's in the meantime go back to Pradeep Datta, who is joining in right now. Pradeep, it is a complex situation, yes, but one needs to understand when it comes to the vision that the Prime Minister had on actually implementing this very idea of holding simultaneous elections. Why? Because as a country being the biggest democracy in the world, we are looking at election after election every year that the country faces.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Election after election, and everyone can understand how much it puts burden on the state exchequer and how much money is really lost in conducting election every year. Not only that, because it's also about different resources like deployment of the security forces. We have seen that every time, whenever there is election, the security forces are to be shifted from one place to another place, and then the money is also being used for conducting election. The same money can be used for the development purpose. It can be used for the welfare of the people. That's what actually the idea behind one nation, one election is. But unfortunately, this idea is not palatable to the opposition party leader because they call it dictatorial, they call it against the federal system, and they call it unconstitutional also. They say it's only going to benefit one particular party. That's what they are doing. But if we look at it in totality, I think that this is a very good idea, because every year we have seen elections are conducted because people are not able to focus on governance, they are not able to focus on transparency, because when you get busy in conducting election, then your focus is only on security and other measures so that there should be free and fair elections. So the development aspect takes a backseat. So they do not want this thing to really happen. So that's one of the reasons that this thing has been already passed by the Union Cabinet, and now it will be tabled in, this bill will be brought during the winter session. And once it is passed, yes, there are certain nitty-gritty that will We looked into, as you said, that simultaneously both the houses, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and also the assemblies have to coexist, and how to ensure that if any case the president rule is to be implemented, what to do in such regards. So those are smaller things that will be looked into, because Prime Minister at the end of the day, he really wants the things to be explained to the public also, that why this is really very important. After once this is tabled during the winter session, they are definitely going to talk to the people also. They will make all their mantris to speak in their respective constituency, explain people that why this one nation, one election is really very important. But when we are talking to the public also, public are also fed up, because every year going for the election, they don't feel this is really a good idea, because it disrupts so many things, because it's a kind of seen as a disruption, because if you see, all of a sudden they see it's a kind of a stumbling block to the development work that is taking place in that particular area. But yes, there are certain things to be looked into, because if we look at the diversity of the country, that will be taken care of, because we have a different weather condition, we have a different topography.
Yes,
how the
so all of these factors that now come into play. Of course, we'll also play out what the opposition has to say and why they are challenging this very move by the government, saying that it goes against the federal structure of the country and against the values that have been embedded within the constitution. Thank you very much for the moment, Pradeep Datta, for joining us live.